Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Inside AMTT episode. I'm your host for this one, Anthony Boyd. My guest this week for the first ever uh, episode, Champions Week. So, with that being said, let's fire up the hotline. Let's get right to it. My guest this week, of course, your racing champion, Pat, two wheel skills champion, Dead Ace, and the freestyle champion, Trust Me Guinness. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me on in the PNG studios.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely, man.
Glad to be here.
Yep, in the great PNG studios. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I guess it doesn't really, matter who wants to go first. If not, we'll just go in the order of competitions. But okay. So yeah, let's go in the order of competitions then. We'll start with you, Pat. Uh, for season 3 came out, had a incredible first season. You debuted, Faust 34, and then you came out of St. Louis, you know, debuted Murder Jones, and then you go on to win with, I'm assuming it was Faust 34 because it's been like 2 years, however long it's
No,
been.
it was Bad News Travels Fast.
It was Bad News. Okay. Yeah, it's just been a couple years, so I don't exactly remember, but that being said, though, continuing on, you then go on to win racing with Bad News Travels Fast. So that being said, you got any things you want to add on to the great season that you had for season 3?
I mean, it's kind of written down in the history books, I would like to say, because everyone who's been there knows how I did that season, whatever. But to the viewers who might not know, I started AMTT in Anaheim of 2024, I believe, with Faust 34 as like a one-time thing, kind of like how Rob Deerdick did it with the Battle Corn. And then St. Louis, I debuted another truck, and that was going to be my full-time competitive truck, the Murder Drones, which over the last couple of years got popular, probably due to the how competitive it was, because it won the point series, and it was like this whole big deal with Glitch Productions, and of course the show Murder Drones, and of course the bodies I would run for each show. And I gotta name this guy because he has been a huge help through all the paint schemes. That would be Bendy Mimi, bruh. And without him, Murder Drones probably wouldn't be as popular as it was today. It's kind of shelved. It's kind of on the down low, but who knows, man? Maybe you might get to see Murder Drones in the future.
Of course. Continuing on with that. Did you ever think when debuting Murder Drones it would be as popular as it was when you debuted it?
I didn't. I knew it got some good, positive feedback when it debuted in St. Louis. Like a lot of the drivers and the fans, they dug it. They liked the unique design with the tail, the lights, and the S10 body. That was like very new at the time. But no, I didn't expect it to get this popular. Like, what is it? It's been 2 years since that truck ran, and I still get asked about it all the time about if I'm gonna drive it again for another season.
Absolutely. Um, with it being that we're making the switch from, Roblox to Rigs or Odds, obviously we're not going to get into why that is, but, you can use your common sense to figure that out. But nonetheless, still making the switch from Roblox to Rigs or Odds, and with you being the defending champion in racing, is there any pressure coming into the new season? Obviously, as of this recording, it hasn't happened yet, but whenever the season does start, probably sometime later June. I will say we're very close. We're very close to starting. Um, but you know, is there any pressure going into the new season with being the
Uh,
defending champion?
I mean, there is a little bit of pressure, not for like championship wise, but because for a stadium series, I'm going to be driving another sponsor truck, and that is the Arena Pod Power Drive, Arena Pod's own custom monster truck that first debuted as an RC, and now we brought it to Riggs Rods, and he gave me the keys and said just go wild with it. And so yeah, expect to see Arena Pod Power Drive in stadiums. Will I bring it to a championship? I don't know. I'm just here to have fun.
Rock on, man. I mean, I don't have any more questions for you, but you have any closing thoughts before we move on to the two wheel skills champion?
I guess I'll say if you're watching this, uh, thank you for sticking around all these years. Either returning driver or new driver, or even new fans. Depends on how far this will go. And all I want to say is go subscribe to Arena Pod Productions. He makes great videos. He's an awesome guy, and I probably wouldn't be an AMTT or wouldn't have a ride without him. And I guess on that, at the end of that point, let's go to our next champion.
Absolutely. And with that, let's move on to your two wheel skills champion, Dead Ace, my friend. How does it feel, man?
I'm telling you what, man, I am feeling excited for the new season. I I was sad at first when AMTT was originally done, but once you said it was coming back, oh man, I was excited to go back. Even on Vixavods too, I'm excited to throw it down with storm damage. Try to defend my champion, but I don't care if I don't because I'm here to have fun, man.
Absolutely. And with that, as of this recording, season hasn't started yet, but right now you're the only one person that has made history in the AMTT, and that is to defend the championship. You know, as of the other competitions, racing, freestyle, nobody has defended that championship. That someone voice crack, jeez. Um, yeah, no one's defended the championship, but you, my friend, are the only one to do that. Defend the championship, being two wheel. With somehow the lowest score ever recorded, a 4. Now, going into the new season, I'm sure a 4 is not going to win it again, but is there any pressure coming into the new season as the
I'm
defending
telling
champion
oh,
and to try and do it again?
I'm telling you what, there is some pressure, but like I said before, even if I don't win the two-wheel skills, I honestly don't care. I am here to have fun. I am ready to just throw it down, even at the World Finals. Heck, even in Vegas of Odds, this is going to be really fun. I still need to practice though, but it will be nice to get a racing competition and a freestyle competition, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see.
Absolutely. No, I don't have any more questions for you, but is there any closing remarks you want to have before we move on to the last person?
I can tell you this, AMTT, I started back in I think 2021 which was the summer tour. I'm gonna say that was probably my first full, I guess you could say my full season besides the MZ Junior tour. No, like actually my second full tour. I'm gonna say it was one of the funnest things I ever have done. I used to be in Max D, but when I was in another tour, which was LOMJT, I actually chose Storm Damage, and then that became my primary truck because unfortunately the real driver, Tim, rest in peace him, has passed away back in 2023. But I want to carry on his legacy, and I want to rock on. Maybe a new Storm Damage, who knows? But I am ready to rock it on, Stuntmaster. I am ready.
Absolutely. Uh, I do have one more question though. Of course, as you said, you did storm damage for season 2 of AMTT. You won skills there. You brought it back for season 3. You did it again being the two-time two-wheel skills champion, and again the only person to defend that title, or just any as a whole. Uh, what can we expect from season 4?
Surprises, man. Surprises. I
Surprises.
can't expose any secrets yet, but I can tell you what. I can say that we're gonna throw it down, destroy the truck.
Rock on, man. All right, and with that, we got the last person, Tristan McGinnis, our defending freestyle champion. My man, welcome to the PNG Studios. How's it feel?
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Now, of course, as you won the championship, you didn't show up for the racing or the two-wheel skills, but you came out for freestyle, and then you won the thing, surprisingly. And then there was some controversy to add on to it. Uh, you know, is there anything you want to settle with that?
Honestly, I'm gonna go. I miss racing. I miss one of my favorite comps, skills. Which, sorry, days in advance, I'll be taking home that championship. I'm going for it, and I'm going out there. I'm just gonna go out there and do what I do and try to retain the freestyle championship.
Absolutely. Of course, with the new season happening, there's going to be some rule changes, of course. Take a small page from LOM, but we'll talk about that at a future point. Uh, is there a chance that we could maybe see you come back for season 4 and try to, be the next person to, defend the championship, that being the freestyle championship?
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna try to go out there and defend. I got a strong field out there coming after my freestyle championship.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do what I do best and drive like Rowdy for Kyle Busch, and we're gonna go out there and secure another championship.
Absolutely. With that though, do you have any closing remarks before we go on to fan questions?
Honestly, no. To be honest with you, no, not at all.
Well, all right then. Anyone else got any closing remarks before we move on to fan questions?
Let's make let's make season 4 the greatest show of all time.
Absolutely. All right. Of course, the people had some questions, and I'm sure you drivers that are here for Champions Week, you got some answers. So we're gonna start it off with our racing champion, Pat. First and unfortunately only question comes from Gray Per Hour on Instagram. He says, "Quote: Which driver and truck you most excited to see this season?"
That's a good question. I think I'm probably going to be most excited because obviously by the time we're recording, we don't have signups, we don't know who's showing up, but there are talks about like returning drivers from AMTT, and one of them being Aloy. But with that being said, I would say my favorite truck that I can't wait to see return is actually probably the Stuntmaster yourself, because I'm going to explain why. Because, Stunt, we know at the time of this recording, World Final 6 has concluded, and you said you were done with blocks. And you've been working hard to get this tour started, and you've been cooking up something behind the scenes. And honestly, dude, I can't wait to see you throw it down in rigs, because it's like I get to see a different side of you, because your style kind of changes, from game to game. So I guess that's my answer. I'm excited to see the Stuntmaster 4 compete in the new season of AMTT.
Absolutely. All right. Uh, with that, let's move on to the next one. That being for Dead Ace. Again, coming from Gray Per Hour, saying, and I quote, "How excited are you for the new season and the big names that want that title at World Finals?"
What was the question again? At least like the second half.
How excited are you for the new season and the big names that won the title at World Finals?
Whew. I'm telling you what, man, I am excited for the new season. As for the big titles, I kind of confused with that one. Sorry. Like,
Uh, Say it one more time.
I'm kind of confused with like the second half a little bit.
I'm
Like,
assuming
what
it's
did they mean by it?
I'm assuming it's mainly just the people that are, probably going to be gunning for, your championship, the one that
Oh,
you know, have
okay,
backed
okay.
up
I'm letting you.
twice.
Okay, I can answer that question. There's a lot of tough guns out there, man. A lot of them. There's Aloy, there's Pat, there's Grave, there's the Stunt Master, and the main skill master, I have to say, is better than me, which is Tristan. He actually performs a lot better skills than me. Most of the time to AMTT and LOMJT, I'm telling you what, man, he may have a shot to beat me.
Absolutely. With that, let's move on to our last driver for fan questions. Uh, I'm sure you're going to love this. This first one coming from Space Guide 48. He says, "Does Tristan know he can't win a World Finals title anywhere?"
Hey, Space, I did win an AMTT, so thank you. But no, sometimes it's my year, sometimes it's not. But honestly, my goal for AMTT this time around for World Championships is gonna be what you call it. I'm gonna go for the big sweep. I want all three. I'm going for the big sweep.
Mm-hmm. And with that, before we go on to the next question, uh, World Finals, of course, the biggest event of any year, whether it's, of course, AMTT, Monster Jam itself, or any other tour. World Finals, there's going to be an incentive, and I'm sure you've heard the rumors about it. But yes, there's going to be an incentive, that being, if you win a title, that being, let's say, racing skills or whatever, you'll get a month of Nitro by yours truly. I will gift it to you. Uh, or if you manage to do a double down, or maybe even a clean sweep, it will be a year of Nitro. Or with that, you could just give it to a buddy if you so choose not to actually, of course, use it. But yep, World Finals. Give me some rewards that I'm going to be giving away to, of course, the people that win a title or whatever. Next question. This one comes from Great Prouder, saying, "Any expectations for the new season?"
Honestly, when it comes to a stadium championship series title, it's gonna be really tough. Or arena, whatever one I'm gonna be in, I have no idea. But I'm going for the titles. I'm gonna not, try to go for the titles, and then bring that momentum and go sweep World Finals if I can. That's the goal: is sweeping World Finals, taking all three home, being the only one to sweep, and make sure no one else takes the titles home.
Mm-hmm. And of course, depending on how many people there may be, there could be a lot of people, or it could maybe very little. Some people might have to double duty, being going to both, stadium series
Myself.
and arena series. But if that does happen, of course, by the end of that season, you only get one truck to use for the World Finals. If you're one of those people that have to double duty, yeah, you get one truck. That's it. Everyone gets one try at the World Finals. No, you know, second truck or whatever. But last question. This comes from Stephen Mason saying, "How are you going to handle the transition from Roblox to rigs?" So, of course, as we talked about,
That
you
could
know,
apply to me, Tristan, because we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
yeah, as we talked about though, it's gonna probably be a little maybe rocky because Roblox is a whole different ball game compared to something like Rigs or Rods where you get to actually use rear steering. But someone like you, Tristan, you come from like Mania as an example. Uh, is that gonna somehow play a favor into going to Rigs or Rods?
Honestly, it will play a favor because currently, actually, as we're recording this, I am currently on one of the biggest Rigs and Rods tours, RMJO, aka Rigs and Rods Monster Jam Live, which that is actually getting pretty much set up for AMTT competition wise. But running Roblox throughout my career over 16 plus years, and now moving to rigs, it's gonna be a little bit of adjustment, but I think I got this on lock. I know how to handle these trucks pretty well, and I think a lot of people are gonna target me. I got a big target on my back, and I think what you call it. We'll see if I can put down the pressure and put the law down and show these people how it's done.
Absolutely. And with that, gentlemen, unless any of you got, I know I've already said it, but in case any of you got any other closing remarks before, we cap off the episode, you can say it now or forever hold your peace.
All right, man. I do want to say to the stuntmaster in specific, you have been hosting one of the greatest tours I ever been on. Probably since probably like 2021 or 2020ish. I don't know when, but every single time when I was on that tour, it was fun. Some of the other tours they were fun, but it was just weird. I guess you could say, but compared to AMTT, it's a lot better. And now the fact that you're bringing it back, I'm excited to go back to it. I'm excited to see the General Lee again after so long. And who knows, man? I might have a little gift for you getting prepared. And that's pretty much it.
Uh, well, unfortunately, the Master 4 will not retain generally for Razor odds, but, uh, of course, as I announced on Instagram, Mighty Foot's coming back for the first time since, season 3. It's gonna be on Arena Series. And as far as Stadium Series, you can expect to see an announcement probably on Instagram about it. Uh, about what you can expect to see on Stadium Series from yours truly. But uh, with that though, unless anyone else has any closing remarks they want to say.
Regardless what tour I'm on, if I'm on both or not, expect obviously I'll be in Monster Energy. Just expect the freestyle champion to go big every single show.
This is AMTT. This is where you want to be. Probably where you want to be if you want to see some exciting Rigs or Rogs action, because you're getting a bunch of guys that are coming from the Roblox circuit into a space where they never been to before. And I think that's going to be really exciting to see them learn to adapt throughout the season. And I guess I'll leave off my final remarks with giving a shout out to a few people. I want to give a shout out to Arena Pod Productions. I want to give a huge shout out to Stuntmaster 4, Bendy Schemes, and of course, Street Animals. Go pick up a hoodie or a hat or whatever, because you never know, man. It's gonna get wild.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
And with that,
shout out
oh, sorry for cutting you off.
RRMJO. These people are the ones who put me through the endurance and get me ready for MTT. So shout out to Riggs Rosmansham Live. Go check them out on YouTube. The biggest Riggs tour of all time.
Get ready for an intense action in AMTT. No felt bull crap, none of that crap. We're here to have fun. We're here to send it to the air. We're here to have a crash madness. This is AMTT, and we are ready.
Absolutely. And with that, gentlemen, I wish you the best of luck on your retrospect series or series, whichever one it may be. And the people that are watching at home, of course, expect to see some more announcements as we get closer to launching AMTT. And with that, I'm Anthony Boyd and signing out.